All right, we've made it, the final tier. And it will cost exactly 35 gold to skip that last tier. And that's same amount of reward, gold reward for completing it. So why spend it, right? Okay, so we got a NASCAR at Richmond. That's going to be a 20 lapper. Daytona NASCAR, I'm expecting it's going to be 12 lapper. And then, well, we got Elimination in the middle. So without further ado, let's jump in and see if we can do this. All right. And then, of course, we get that cool flyover from F-18s. All right. And here we go. Each lap should take about 20 seconds, right? Give and take a second or two. With the car in red, I don't think I can really bring it any under 20 seconds. But that's a good bar to start with, I think. And try to avoid crashing too much. And I tried crashing with some other events, let's say during that what was it, overtaking challenge. Yeah, 2019 cars, they are even more resilient than the last. It seems like they really don't want to be disabled. I kind of missed that. That was one of the fun part. If you wanted to do it that way, you can crash every car and create some serious carnage. I think if you have the patience for it, you can still do it. But, you know, I wasn't gonna spend too much time doing that. So it is possible. They still can be disabled, but they take a bit more, in my experience, or at least in my experiment, I should say. There we go, 14 seconds from second checkpoint, so 21, 22, oh, 23, that's slow. But of course we got some traffic to maneuver through here, so that's at least my excuse. 13 seconds there. All right, that's a better looking lap. 20, 21. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. And now we got the full grid lapped. So, and we're quarter way through lap 6 here. So second quarter, if you will. Lap 6 through 10. All right, slightly improved lap time, 20 seconds. All right. And then this will be the second lap that we're lapping. And 21 seconds. That last bit of crash certainly did not help. Ooh. Come on, you can do it. Of course, Richmond, you cannot quite go full throttle. Even though those corners are banked, not quite enough. Oh. Alright, so for the, what do you call it, second quarter, looks like we're gonna lap them the second time. And then lap 10 here would of course conclude the, if you will, the first half of this race. $19.20 seconds. All right, and then here we go, the second half or third quarter, starting with this lap 11. Yeah, with the traffic it's like 22 seconds, 22, 23 second range. Alright, 6 seconds at the first checkpoint, which means technically we should be getting what, 12 here? Nope, a little delayed. And then next one should give us 19, not 21, but seem to be struggling in that last sector. That's not helping. Scraping. $21. Alright, and of course we got to lap everybody 3 times. Heading into the lapping these guys 4 times. Oh, that is terrible. There we go. And lap 15 here, of course, concludes the 3rd quarter of this race. And the final quarter, here we go, lap 16. And let's see if I can catch up with Laguna. That would be lapping everybody 4 times at least. Assuming that Logano has not lapped anybody else. Because if he has, then, well, when we look at him, he's pretty far up there. So, if he's lapping, then obviously some of these I've lapped 5 times in that case. But anyway, here we go. Some of these we are heading into the lapping them 5 laps. It's kind of absurd, but that's a-okay. And lap 19. All right. What if I don't slow down bots and just go straight through? Would that mean I'm burying myself into something that I will regret? I think I'll be okay in this one because they're obviously really slow bots. I mean, and we'll find out in the next elimination how competitive these bots end up being. So all right, 7 minutes 23 seconds, 24 more like, to complete those 20 laps at Richmond here. Of course, it is the shortest track in Real Racing 3, even shorter than Dubai Oval. That would be the 2nd shortest, and then let's see what would be the 3rd shortest. What are some other short circuits that are super short? Well, those 2 are the first that I can think of. Let's see. I mean, Dubai Hill isn't terribly long either. You know, so there are some shorter circuits out there, but it's just a matter of which one is the shortest, right? Mazda more like a mid-size, right? So, all right. Let's check into the elimination, and of course with the NASCAR, it's been, yes, rolling start elimination. That's fun. We'll see how competitive these guys are. they're pulling away pretty well, but you know, on the straights we're not really getting the accurate representation of how fast these guys are going or how well they're trained, if you will. All right. I don't know. Next, considering that last NASCAR race that I gotta do is at Daytona, I don't really. That one is a fast track. You pretty much go flat out. So if they are not going to slow down around the corner sufficiently enough, then I might just have to service my car before I can win it. I guess, which isn't that big of a deal at this point, considering that it's just one final race to win all 3 cars of the 2019 season. Alright, but definitely, these bots are definitely giving me more run for my money here. All right. Come on. This is definitely getting a lot tighter than I was anticipating. But can't lose. Not on elimination, right? Alright, so there we go. Surviving the elimination here at Laguna Seca. Alright, I guess we'll find out how these spots are going to be in our final conclusion, the very last 2019 limited time series race that I got left here, which is going to be at Daytona with a PR requirement of 59.2, and you can skip it for 15 gold, but you know what I think about that. Ooh, 11 lappers. Okay, so it's not quite 12. All right. I think we'll find out pretty quickly how realistic it is for me to try to win this race while the car is in critical condition. Of course, I'm running with the bare minimum PR here, 59.2, I think is what it said. All right, with a huge grid, which is also another fun part about these NASCAR races, right? 40 cars in the grid, and I am of course getting left behind pretty quickly here, but the question is right here, am I gonna be able to catch up? Because if I don't get to drift behind these guys, then there's no hope. But at least I caught the very last guy, Jackie. Alright, and now time to start overtaking. Alright, so maybe there is a hope, and we do have 11 laps, so high lap counts, I'd like to think, is in my favor. '29th place. Alright, and definitely no crashing. That would be detrimental, because I lose all the momentum, and these bots are pacing right along. I won't be able to get back on this train if I miss it. So alright, so we're gonna make this last race somewhat competitive. Alright, 19th place. And climbing. Alright, getting a little help from our friend Hunan, or Human. Alright, take the inside. Get some drafting going. Alright, whoa! Recovery. That's another important part. Can't lose all the momentum. Alright, losing a couple of positions here, but have to get them back. Coming out of the corner, and I'm kind of in between these trains. 14th place, and alright, there we go. At least we're gonna get some help from behind. A little bit, and now I gotta catch on to Keselowski here. Catch the train up front, but they're getting away. How about into this corner? Am I gonna be able to close the gap? Little bit. All right, got it. All right, we're back in game here. All right, 12th place, starting lap 5, and gaps between the cars in the top of the grid here is getting kind of wide, which is not good. They gotta stay close for me to be able to take advantage of this train. Alright. It's in the straights. Yeah, even with drafting, I'm gonna be falling behind. So I suppose the inside corner is the way to go. 9th place. Am I gonna be able to get the 8th place? Not quite. It's not enough juice in the car to push me there. Alright, inside. There we go. 5th place, alright. Make sure I don't scrape on the wall. See if we can catch up to Kyle Busch here. So those are the 4 cars, the lead pack. Kyle Busch trying to overtake. Kevin Harvick. Don't clip me. I'll just stay on the inside. Get out of your way. Alright, lap 7. Boy, these guys are flying, aren't they? Alright, can I overtake? There we go, alright. 3rd place with 4 laps remaining. And we'll have to get some help from Harvick, but not really, not much. Alright, we'll just have to catch up to the front. The lead pack here, if it's even a pack. Just 2 cars. Stay with the lead. Alright, Kevin Harvick. The next caravan here, catching on. Alright, take the outside. Little bit of bumping there and slow me down enough to keep me from overtaking Logano. Alright, there we go, come on. Alright, I don't think I can quite overtake. Oh, this is gonna be tricky, isn't it? Alright, let's see if we can make it happen here. Alright, this is my chance. On the exit. Do I have enough? Yes! Alright, of course, once you're in the front, a little bit more manageable. Keep my eye on the rear view mirror, make sure I don't get in funky angle with the cars behind. Make sure they cannot clip me off. So, but I think we're good at this point. Alright, this final race definitely make it a worthy finale for the series, I would say. So yes, towards the end of a limited time series, I don't have to rely as heavily on slower bots. I mean, these are obviously still behaving friendly, let's just say, because they can go faster if they really wanted to, which would leave me just with no chance of being able to win this race without servicing the car. But thankfully, looks like we're gonna be able to wrap this up, as we're now just bringing it on home with some 260 yards ahead of the second place. So here we go. All right. To the final victory. And there we have it. All right. 8 minutes and 47 seconds for 11 laps. So obviously when in the previous tiers, when it took longer, because we're dealing with the slower bots and we're trying to manage the speed, right? But if you're to go flat out, that's about what you can expect, I suppose. And just wrapping up the series, more importantly, in the nick of time on this final day. I think I still have one more day left, because it's Sunday here in USA, and next limited time series, the Ferrari one, starts on Monday, so in the afternoon, not like at midnight or anything like that. So here's the final stat for the upgrades, of course. PR 59.2 with the 3 upgrades across the board. So there you have it. That was a pretty exciting final race. And there we go, 100% completion, 35 gold, and more importantly, the car that now we get to keep. All right, so hopefully, even if you're not a big NASCAR fan, I would say win one. You don't have to win all 3. Obviously, if you have all 3 cars, it'll just speed up the process of going through the series. Honestly, I think the drivability, they are pretty close to one another, all 3 cars. So, especially if you're dealing with the limited resources in your bank, then I wouldn't necessarily encourage getting all 3 cars. But, one's fun to have around. NASCAR has its own little racing dynamics that's unique. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video and following my race through videos for the entire 3 cars limited time series. That is some 45 tiers just on those own. not counting the exhibition, right? So anyway, that does it for this video, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, take care, guys.